Country boys, I love you. What is up, you guys? A lot has changed since the last video I made, including these two little guys. I went to the shelter for one cat, and I'm such a sucker. So this is Darth, little baby Darth, and little Darwin. They do not want me to hold them. They have been so much fun. We also got a puppy. He's sleeping right now, which is like a sleeping baby. I'm not going to wake him. We've moved, as you can tell. I'm in a different area. There's much more light, and I can be as loud as I want, so be ready for that. I also let the cat out of the bag. Anyway, let the cat out of the bag and telling everyone that I am having VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, weight loss surgery. So I'm super stoked about that. And that's why I'm going to do the video today. Since I've told people that I'm going to have that done, I've got a lot of questions. So I wanted to cover that. I'm also going to use this channel to document my progress, as well to go over all the different steps of this journey. I'm super excited. And the main thing I'm going to focus is on today is how I went about getting approved. Of course, disclaimer that this is going to be different based on your insurance. This is going to vary. Even if you have the same insurance company as me, it's going to vary by plan, by person, but this was just my experience. The first thing is, like, when I tell people that I'm having the surgery, they say, how did you get approved? How did you qualify? What did you have to do? And my first thing I usually tell people is, well, I got there by being fat. So anyway, the first thing I had to do, so I went for a consultation. I had found out I'm going through, I guess I should say that, I'm going through Dr. Curry at Journey Light Physicians, Cincinnati. He is amazing. I know a couple people whose surgery he's done as well, and definitely am super stoked. Dr. Curry has also had the surgery himself, so he knows everything that you're going through. The first thing that I did when I got to my very first appointment, which is back in May, actually, let me rewind. First thing I did was I called my insurance and I said, what are your guys' benefits? What do you require? Do you cover anything? Do you not? And I had started a new job, so I had new insurance, so I just wanted to see what they had. And they said, oh, well, we do cover it, you know, of course, given like deductibles and things like that. But they said, once you hit your deductible, we cover it 100%. Awesome. So I definitely recommend to call your insurance first. Once you figure out what they cover, get in contact with wherever you're planning to have the surgery or wherever you want to do your consultation, and see, you know, go from there. So my first appointment with Dr. Curry, I got to meet Dr. Curry. I also, you know, they did my weight, my measurements. They have an insurance coordinator on site, so the insurance coordinator was able to tell me like what I would pay, you know, what would be covered, things like that. They also have like dietitians on site. Like, that's what I really like, is everything is on site. If you need to get labs done, it's on site. Even the prepackaged food that you need to buy, which I'll get into later, is on site. Everything is on site. So you schedule your appointments on site. So anyway, okay, so my first appointment was like a 300, I think it was like 350, somewhere between 300 and 500, I can't remember, 300 and 500 questions, a psych evaluation. And what they're doing with the psych evaluation is They are just wanting to make sure that, you know, you're not doing this for the wrong reasons, that you don't have eating disorders, that you're not doing this just to like impress your husband, or, you know, that you're doing it truly for yourself and for medical reasons. Obviously, I passed. You do have to meet with a psychiatrist or psychologist that they also have on site. What was I going to say? Oh, they go over, so then, okay, I did that, and they said, okay, so for the next 6 months, your insurance requires that you do a diet. Now, I say it like that because basically, in the 6 months that you do this diet, they just want you to lose some type of weight and make sure that you don't gain. This is for the insurance. This is what my insurance required. So I did May, June, July, August, September, October was my last appointment. And then they send over the approvals and everything for the insurance and go from there. So each month I had to go to the doctor's office, and they would weigh me. They would, you know, take my stats and everything. And then I would meet with the dietitian each month, and each month she would give me something, some different type of tool that would help me with after I have the sleeve, but wasn't too hard to do right now. So like she would say, okay, let's try to knock your carb intake down to 120 a day. And then the next month I'd go in and she'd say, okay, let's try to add more activity into your day, things like that. So that was what every month was. And that was the longest 6 months of my life. The next thing that they require, and I did this in September, the day after my birthday actually, is an endoscopy. And what they do is they just take a camera, go down your throat, and they check your stomach and your esophagus and everything to make sure that there's nothing that would, you know, cause complications when they're in there to do the surgery. I had mine, and you're just like in a twilight, but I definitely was like asleep. I don't remember any part of the procedure except for waking up and telling the lady that I was Nicki Minaj's body double. Anyway, so there's that. And then after my endoscopy, they found that there was like a little bit of erosion. I forget exactly what the medical term was for it, but basically from like excess acid and stuff, they gave me like an acid medication, omeprazole, and I just have had to take that. And he said it's nothing that would prevent us from doing the surgery. So did that. The other thing that I have to get done, I have to do that this week, is labs. So they just want to check your sugars, your, you know, iron, all your different, you know, everything they check for that. The approval took about a month for my insurance, and I'll tell you why. Initially, when they sent over the approval, the computer generated a claim number, and the number that it generated, it was like a duplicate number, so it was a valid claim number through Anthem, which is who I have, but it was for somebody else and for a different surgery, so it was duplicated. So I had to like call the insurance lady at Journey Light at my doctor's office, and just kind of go back and forth with them. That's why it took so long to get approved. And then now, because now I'll be, I guess, 18 days out from having surgery. Now that I'm into that, so for 3 weeks before the surgery, so that was last Monday, November, what day did I go there? 26th, I think, something like that. So I have to do this liquid diet, and it's mostly stuff. A lot of it you add like hot water to it, that I got from my doctor's office. They require it there. That's a whole nother video. But you do the pre-op diet, depending, and that even depends too, on your BMI. They sometimes require 4 weeks of a liquid diet, which would be terrible. They sometimes require, like, I don't know, they have different requirements. Like I said, this is just my personal experience. Even the people I know who have gone to Journey Light as well, they even had different experiences. Like their insurance didn't require a 6-month diet, so they were approved within and like had surgery within a month. So yeah, a lot of people ask me about the price. The only thing that I personally have been responsible for is like deductibles. So I think my deductible for myself is 12 or 1500. I think it was like 1200. But we also have that like flexible spending card. So anytime a bill came up, I just paid it with that. So the maximum, I guess that, I mean, if I had to guess what the surgery would be costing me, it's like $11 for the visit, so that's like $70 there. The food I did have to pay for out of pocket. The 3-week liquid diet, that's like $300. It's $100 a week. I will definitely get into that in the other video. And then I'm also responsible for, on the day of the endoscopy, I had to pay that out of pocket. It was like $117. And then the day of the surgery, I have to pay the rest of my out-of-pocket maximum, which is like around $250. So altogether, it's probably it's less than $1,000 that I personally have had to pay for. So that's not too bad. But yeah, so that's pretty much the process. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment them below. I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. Like I said, this is just my personal experience, so your insurance and even where you're having your surgery is going to be different. Some people, their insurance doesn't cover it, so they have to pay out of pocket and things like that. So definitely check with your insurance to see, you know, what they offer or if they have any requirements or anything like that. But I'm going to go ahead and close out this video, you guys. Baby Darth wanted to come back in the video. But yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them below. Just remember to like and subscribe, and I will be posting a video on this lovely liquid diet. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Say bye. Say bye.